There's something about getting up on stage and speaking to people. We immediately start to feel undeserving. Oh, who am I? Who am I to be here? Why does anyone want to listen to me? Is this even interesting? Psychologically, ums and ahs typically come from this idea that we don't feel like we can pause. We don't feel like we're allowed to take the time to think about what to say next. We feel like we have to keep talking no matter what. Doesn't matter what I'm saying. I just need to fill the silence. Don't let there be any silence. And so, because we're not ready to speak, we haven't organized our thoughts yet, these ums and ahs come out, or these crutch words like really and right and totally and those things, because we're so scared of letting our audience sit in what we've just said for a moment. And because there is a power in this, we're often scared of our power, especially as speakers. Letting something land, let it sit, let your audience process it for a moment while you organize your next thing to say and speak more mindfully. It eliminates the ums and ahs because they're filler. They're there to fill space. They're there as padding. And if I allow that space to breathe instead, if I let myself breathe in, if I let myself organize my thoughts, and I let my audience catch up to me, because they don't actually, we think they do, but they really don't want us to just be speaking a mile a minute, because then they have to really struggle to catch up. So instead, letting myself organize my thoughts and speak more mindfully and letting them process what I'm saying. Because often I think as speakers, we get so nervous and we feel there's something about getting up on stage and speaking to people. We immediately start to feel undeserving. So many of us, not everyone, but most speakers, 80% of speakers get up on stage and they think, oh, who am I? Who am I to be here? Why does anyone want to listen to me? Is this even interesting? And as soon as those thoughts come in, we start to feel undeserving and we feel like we can't embrace that power and we can't own this relationship we're having with our audience. And that leads to all this padding and filling into speaking as quickly as possible and getting off stage. And also, if we've rehearsed it a lot, we're like, well, this is boring for me. I've said it a million times. Why would they care? They're hearing it for the first time. And even if it is something simple, they want to be able to process it. They want to hear what you're saying, but they also want to think, oh, this happened to me in this circumstances. You know, like they want to try it on for themselves and have some imagination and creative collaboration with you as well. And so pausing can be a real gift for your audience. Not these really long choreographed kind of awkward, I'm going to speak. And then, you know, not like that, but letting yourself have natural pauses so that your audience can process, they can have their own experience. And so that you can be really mindful about what you're going to say next. As soon as we get present and grounded in ourselves, and we use the in-breath, that silence of the in-breath to think, what's the next thing I'm going to say? You don't need to think a paragraph ahead. You don't need to think a page ahead. You don't even need to know the whole sentence. You just need to know the next breath. And so with every in-breath, let that, what are the next few words I'm going to say? And then say them. And then in the next breath, what are the next few words I'm going to say? And those are really, really amazingly useful. It's a scary thing to practice. I would recommend practicing it at home on your own first, because the nerves will maybe sabotage you a little bit. But practice this mindful speaking. If I could take as long as I wanted to take to breathe and think about the next couple of words, not a whole sentence, not a paragraph, just the next few words.